Iran has completely failed. It was never meant to work, nor was it ever going to. Well, simply put, it is just not in America's interest to end this war. And if you've been watching my shows over the last few weeks, you'll know that America does indeed have a plan for this war. They haven't made a secret of it, for those of you that can effectively connect the dots. This is all about leverage. More importantly, using oil as leverage. Soon, America is going to have global superiority over oil. Well, that's after capturing Venezuela, the world's largest owner of oil, and now it's knocked out the Middle East as a reliable oil provider. And not to gloat too much, but I have been right about this war so far. So please humour me as I predict what's going to happen next. If I've been right so far, perhaps I can be right again. Jonathan thinks it's funny, but, you know, we'll see, won't we? Firstly, the impending energy shock caused by the start of this war is going to hit us like a brick wall. Britain relies on 78% of its energy coming from foreign sources. Of course, no thanks to the net zero madness that has engulfed this government and successive governments prior to it. We're also the only country in the G7 to have no sovereign oil reserves. Let that sink in when we talk about an energy shock. Well, oil prices are going to skyrocket in Britain, and particularly also in Southeast Asia and China. So here in Britain, I suspect the government will probably ask you very soon to work from home where you can, take public transport, and we might even see motorways having their speed reduced. I'm not just talking into the ether here. The IEA, one of the Institute for Economic Affairs, has suggested this too. Australia is going to make a similar announcement shortly. Then, of course, there's food. 1/3 of the world's fertilizer and the supply of it travels through the Strait of Hormuz. That means soaring food costs on top of already high food inflation. It's not good when farms are closing at record rates in Britain, is it? Are you starting to see a slightly bigger picture here yet? Who are we going to turn for to help us? Who are we going to turn to? Who's going to have all the critical oil we are all desperately going to need? Who's going to have the upper hand on tariff negotiations with China, who also is desperately going to need oil? And who has the upper hand when they demand Greenland? America does. They didn't take over Venezuela just for fun. This is the plan. It is America first in action. It was never just rhetoric. It is their policy. And there's evidence. Just look at Trump's Truth Social posts. Time and time again, he's talked about Greenland. In fact, he just posted this, as you can see on your screen here, last week. That big bit of poorly run piece of ice. Why make that statement if you still don't want it? He does want it. He has played European leaders like a fiddle, knowing they wouldn't help in this war. And that's given him the narrative he needs to fight for Greenland. And it's very bad for us. Do you remember this post? It says here in his Truth Social post on Britain, we will remember. That was America in their response to us not letting them use our bases to fly against their planes in the war in Iran. What on earth kind of a price are we going to pay for Keir Starmer's disastrous refusal to just let American planes land on our bases? That is going to go down as one of the worst moments of Keir Starmer's premiership, trust me. We are also one of the most exposed countries in the world. We've got no food security, no defence security, and no energy security. So my final predictions for this war are this. I think it's going to go on for many years yet. There is no interest for America while it becomes the global oil superpower to end this war. China is going to have to cave in on tariffs. And I think as we get so desperate here in Britain and across Europe that Greenland will be given over to the Americans sooner than people think. It is all part of this plan, this greater North America plan. Use oil and energy and leverage it to put America first.